Welcome back, everybody, to my channel. Today we're at question number 174 for our preparation for DevOps and SRE interviews. The point of these videos is to get you familiar with possible questions for interviews for DevOps roles so that before you go in, you feel confident that you're going to do well in the interview. That's the whole point of these videos. Before I start, please subscribe to my channel if you're new. It's nothing for you, but it makes a big difference in my channel if you do subscribe. I appreciate that very much. Okay, you might remember that I did some research on LinkedIn based on 35 different job descriptions for DevOps roles. And I came up with a list sorted by how many times these keywords or topics came up. The ones at the top, like cloud, AWS, GCP, Azure, they're number one. So the ones at the top, you should focus more on those. And the ones at the top, well, they're not ignorable, like system design, they're still important, but they're not as important as the ones at the top. So you should focus more on the top five, six, but also pay some attention to the ones at the bottom. Uh, Today we're on topic number 12, Terraform. I'm not sure why Terraform came in number 12. In my experience, it should be way, way higher, like number five or six, maybe even four. But that's not what the data showed to me. So that's just my intuition. Okay, today's question is, how can Terraform use bash variables? So if you're running Terraform from a bash window, bash shell, how can you use the variables into Terraform? That's the question today. Before I start, just a reminder that Floyd Spencer is my advisor. I'm not financially affiliated with him, but he's very passionate about helping people. So please take advantage and sign up for his free 1 hour session. Okay, there are four ways you can incorporate bash variables into your Terraform code, right? If you in that directory, if you have with running Terraform form, or in your shell, if you have variables that start with tf underscore var, they're automatically available to you in your Terraform code. That's really the best way. Second way is you can actually pass the variable via command line. What that means, there's an example here. So if you, let's say that you define a variable called instant type. You define that in the Terraform apply command as it shows in the slide here. You can actually do dash var equals, and then you can give it a value of that for that variable, right? So instance type, which is a Terraform thing, is gotten from the variable instant underscore type, which you just defined right above right in the first line in the code, right? So you're basically kind of forcing the variable when you're running Terraform apply or Terraform plan for that matter. You can also generate a .tf var files dynamically through a script that gets populated into that directory where Terraform code lives, and do it that way. It is not recommended. I would not be doing it this way because it then you have to have the script in the code base, and then people have to know that they're supposed to run that script, and it's not a very maintainable way of doing that, right? Or if you're using for Terraform fourth way some template file or external tools like env sub-sd, you can actually inject bash variables into Terraform configuration files. But to me, really, that's really the overkill. The best way really is to use the first method. Just define them with the prefix tf underscore var, and you automatically get them available to you in the Terraform code. That's really the best way. And if you know that, that's good enough for discussion. You don't have to know all these four different ways of doing it. So, all right. So I hope you would find it useful. If you did, so please subscribe. And if you have further questions, or if you want me to cover a particular topic, go ahead and find me on LinkedIn. I will do my absolute best to help you out. Or you can just leave a comment below. All right. I will see you in the next one.